Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of the Ron Purtee Show. You were here expecting Eric Kruger from Sunday Flood. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to disappoint. But he's been pushed back a little bit, so I can bring you the following guest. Perhaps you know her as Trash. Perhaps you know her as the floating head and boobs inside Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Her name is Linnea Quigley. She's a scream queen. She's the queen of horror, in my opinion, and many others' opinions. And I'm not going to sit here and blabber on. We're just going to get right into it. So, here you go. It's Linnea Quigley on the Ron Purtee Show. Linnea, thank you so much for being on. It is truly a pleasure. I mean, I remember seeing Return of the Living Dead for the first time when I was a wee child. Probably younger than I should have been when watching that film. But,
you naughty boy.
Well, the first horror movie I saw was Texas Chainsaw Massacre at 7. So,
Oy!
Yeah. But now, you were born in Iowa, grew up in Iowa, and then moved to LA. Now, when you were, what really, the acting bug, when did it bite you?
It bit me when I was working at Jack LaLanne's health spa, and these two girls worked there. And they said, we work in movies and modeling. And I thought, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. And they kind of showed me around, introduced me to some photographers. And the acting bug bit me then. And so I proceeded to take acting classes. They didn't, but I did. I took acting classes and did extra work and just whatever I could do so I could learn the business.
Right. And then now, you're most famous for, I wouldn't say most famous for, because your resume is longer than my arm, and I have a big wingspan here. But,
yeah, you
do. We got Return of the Living Dead. You were, most people don't know is you were in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4.
That's right.
Yeah.
My body was, in my head.
and you have a very memorable scene in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, yes. I got hung up on that.
And you were in both the original and the remake of Night of the Demons. Now, that's something I want to talk about. You don't see a lot of people coming back from the original, which is amazing, to be in the remake. What prompted that? Was it just like you felt like you needed to be in it, or did they approach you?
Well, when we did the movie, they promised us we were going to be in all the remakes and all the, part 2s and 3s. That didn't happen. But Kevin Tenney thought it would be fun to have me in the Night of the Demons remake. So he talked to the director, and they wrote in a little part for me, which was really nice of them. So they came to me. It was funny because they hadn't seen me in a while since I had moved, and I had to keep sending them pictures, like in bathing suits, because they didn't know if my ass had gotten really big. It was funny. Well, it happens. Some actresses balloon up.
There are plenty of them on E.T. every night.
Yes. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous. Now, it's been, I guess it seems like ages ago since Return of the Living Dead came out.
Yes.
And do you still keep in contact with those guys? Because it seemed like when I watched the documentary, the behind the scenes, you guys seemed so friendly, like it was a big family, and everybody's having so much fun.
Oh, yeah. We see each other a lot at conventions. It's really sad because in November in Chicago is the last reunion of Return of the Living Dead, the whole cast, with, James Karen and Clu Gallagher and Don Calfa. There'll be like Beverly and I and some of the others, but this will be the all of the cast, and we do see each other a lot, and we are like family, and Tina or Beverly's like Tina and Tom's like his character. It's really funny. But everybody's kind of like their character.
Well, that's so awesome. I think one of the things that made me laugh is that when Return of the Living Dead 2 came out, it was kind of like they were remaking the original. You know what I mean? And I was like, what the hell's going on? It doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense.
No, remakes don't usually make sense.
None.
It's very hard.
And you have a very long history in the horror business. And it's kind of, well, not kind of, you're the queen. There's no one.
Thank you.
There's no one hired. People need to bow to you when it comes to.
I think I agree with that.
What is it about horror that draws you in?
I think because I loved it growing up, that it draws me in. I loved watching Alfred Hitchcock Presents and House of Wax and Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and just all those really good films that were made. And I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. All those, yes.
Good flick.
That scared me badly.
What was the first horror movie you ever saw?
Let me think. That's hard to say because I watched so many, but the first one I remember, oh boy, was probably House of Wax that I remember.
Oh, nice.
And Murder in the Rue Morgue. I can't remember which one I saw first, but one of those. And it scared me like so bad, especially Murder in the Rue Morgue. I was really scared from that when they stuffed the woman up the chimney and her arm just falls down. It just creeped me out.
Well, and then that's the thing is when you watch something like that, you go one way or the other. You're either drawn in for more or it pushes you away forever.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And we know what it did to you.
Yeah, it drew me in, definitely.
And is it, now, when you say that you've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre and everything, and at conventions I'm sure you see members from that cast that pop up. Does it make it weird for you when you see, like, movies that you really enjoy, and then, like, I'm sure you've probably seen Gunnar Hansen at a convention, and he's not anything like Leatherface.
Well, yes, I have a funny story. Well, I'm going to see him next weekend at the Portland, Maine Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. And he's doing a chili cook-off. But I know, it's weird, Leatherface, but I met him when I was doing Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Mm-hmm. And I was, like, so scared to meet him because I was such a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to meet Leatherface. And my car's battery went, and he helped start my car. And it gave me a whole new respect for the man. He's just the nicest guy.
That is wild. That's like hearing stories about Kane Hodder, who played Jason, and hearing like, oh, he's a nice guy, but you see him swinging somebody in a sleeping bag against a tree. So it's like,
oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my God, yeah. I guess he has to take his aggressions out so he can be a nice guy.
I would guess so. I mean,
yes.
Now I'm in the Midwest as well, so I'm in Wisconsin. So,
I love Wisconsin.
Well, it loves you. Well, the people who have taste do, at least. Yes. Now, in the Midwest, when you were growing up, did you really kind of feel like this is what you want to do with your life, acting right away?
Oh no, I was terribly shy, and I think that's another reason I picked acting when I got to be 17 is because I wanted to get over my shyness. I was just really badly shy, and I didn't ever think I could be an actress, especially in Iowa. I thought there was no chance or anything about that.
Well, now look what happened. You're one of the greats.
It surprises me. It really does when I look back at it. I mean, they used to call my name, and I would turn red when I had to get up and answer a question. It was painful.
Yeah, that's why I started hosting a talk show.
Oh yeah, you get over your shyness.
Oh, I'm not shy at all. I felt
Oh, okay.
I needed the venue to get out there and be like, well, nobody else wants to listen to me talk in the real world, so I'll just start talking to people that,
Yeah.
why not?
Do you dance on tombstones too? If you're not shy.
You know what? I do sometimes.
Good.
But I don't have the body for it, so it gets a little weird.
Well, you gotta let the audience see for themselves if they agree with that or not.
I gotta do more cardio.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you're pretty hot. So.
Please, pshaw.
Uh,
Now, why you're new to Twitter?
Yes.
You just joined Twitter. What was the big push to join Twitter? Were you getting a lot of people, saying you should be on Twitter?
Yes, a lot of people were like, "Oh, do tweeting, and all this." And I thought, well, Facebook is the only place to be. And then I found out there's this whole audience on Twitter. So I decided to go there too.
Well, and your Twitter fan base just blew up seemingly overnight.
I know, I can't believe it. I'm like so surprised, and I've met a lot of people at conventions, probably more than on Facebook that, I tweet with.
That's so awesome. And it's such a great way to meet the fans and discover who the creepers really are.
Yes, it's true. You stay away from them. Yes.
Exactly. Well, now, I'm drawing a blank right now. Your Twitter is at Linnea Quigley. There's our underscore.
Yes.
Linnea underscore Quigley. Follow her there. Like her on Facebook. Go to her website. Go to, it's Day of the Dead, right? In Chicago.
Yes, because that will be the last time that Return of the Living Dead will be a full cast, except for, unfortunately, Suicide, who, passed away early in life. But it will be a full cast. James Karen Clue and Don and everything.
That's going to be awesome. I'm only in Racine, Wisconsin, so I'll try to make it down. And if I do,
oh my God, I know a lot of people in Racine. That's great.
You know what though? I think if you threw a rock, you probably find somebody that knows you. This is a small. 80,000 people doesn't sound like it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. No.
There was a guy, Mark Weinhoff, that did a film in Racine.
Sounds familiar.
I don't know if he's still in the business, but he did a movie with Danny Bonaducci.
Oh wow!
And it was actually pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now,
and I had a cabin I didn't. My parents had a cabin in Purtee, so I love Wisconsin.
Well, that's awesome. Now I'm going to try and get down there even more.
Good.
And now, what was I going to ask? Do you know Jason Collum?
Oh yes.
Yeah, he
Jason
and I are
is
friends.
The nicest guy.
Yeah.
I love him. High Heels, the rise and fall of the B Scream era.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah,
he's great. That's right. He's from Wisconsin too.
Yeah, he's actually lives in the town I'm in. He lives in Racine, so we.
That's right. Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we actually hang out once in a while, not too often. We're both.
Tell him hey from me.
I will do just that. And everybody, be sure to make it Days of the Dead. And when is that? It's the weekend of the 11th, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The final. Yeah. I can't believe we're in November.
I know.
Then the Coast City Comic Con this next following weekend.
There you go. See, everybody head out there, and if you watched this episode, be sure to let her know that you saw her on the Ron Purtee show.
Oh yeah, yes. Tweet me.
Yes, tweet. People,
yes, tweet.
Linnea, you are a doll, and I will love to have you back on. And if I make it to Days of the Dead, I will have to say hello.
Oh, I'd love it if you made it there. That would be great.
I will do my damnedest, and you've been a real pleasure to have on. We'll have to have you on again soon.
Okay, well, thank you.
So there's that. Be sure to attend the con this weekend, or you missed it if you're watching this late. And Days of the Dead, which is the 15th through the 17th in Chicago, you can see James Karen, his last convention appearance. So that was a lot of fun. Gang, wasn't it? I want to thank Linnea for being on. She's a sport. She's a doll. She's a trooper. And she put up with my inane questioning. So there's something there for everybody. Next week on the program, Eric Kruger. Got some great guests coming up, so please stick around. Tell your friends. And at Ron Purtee, ronpurtee.com. etc., etc., etc. And I promise next time we will have a studio. Maybe. I don't know at this point. Bye-bye.